So things have kind of slowed down a lot. I guess it gives me a window to do an inventory update? I don't know, man. So yeah, I kind of wanted to do this a while back, but there was kind of a combination of being busy that kind of pushed this back, but also at a point I just kind of wanted to wait for the market to slow down, which it seems like it has. It usually does around this point. So seemed like a good opportunity to do this. So yeah, I guess to start off, I did a bit of tab reorganization. Just a little bit, not like a whole lot. But yeah, starting off small, this tab is kind of a whole lot of nothing. These are kind of cool though. So if I remember right, during the Lunar New Year event, there was a bugged Gengar swarm that happened. I decided to catch all of them. I don't know. I just like the novelty of it. I think it's interesting. So I decided to catch those and keep them. Maybe something will happen with those in the future. I don't know. Okay, so moving on to the next tab, which is the North Pole tab. I've reorganized this a little bit. I think originally I had this set up a bit differently, but I've decided to give each year its own row. I don't intend to actually fill out any of these rows, but also I sold off the Weezing and the Golbat, and I think something else. I think I had 2 Glalie. I think I sold off one of those. I did decide to keep the Omastar though, mostly because I think the Omastar is just kind of like cool. And I also got a Sableye. I knew these existed, so I was keeping an eye out, and one of these just kind of popped up, and I decided to grab it. I gave it hidden ability access so I could use it in raids. That was pretty much it for that one. And then I bought a Nidoqueen. This was relatively cheap if I remember right. I don't remember the exact amount, but I don't know. I've been tempted to sell this a few times, but like I don't know how much to ask for, so it's just kind of sitting in here. I don't know. I'll just hold on to it until something comes around, I guess. Okay, so on to the next tab, which is the shiny tab. I've separated these because these are the new ones, but I do want to point out that I did evolve this Tynamo into an Electros. I just think Electros has like a really cool shiny. That's pretty much the thought process there. But I got a Ghastly. It's a 3-horde at Old Chateau, so you know, I think it's like a guaranteed horde. At least it was when I went there. I got this while leveling up some stuff. You know, I like Politoed. I think Politoed's pretty cool. And I'm not particularly happy with this one. Mostly because I've been in Challenger's Cave for a very long time, and it's starting to get on my nerves. You know, it's... I don't know, man. It's just annoying at this point. But what are you gonna do? Game's gonna be a jerk. I guess it's whatever. I got this Rattata while looking for birds. You know, I don't have like a Rattata, so hey, you know, that's fine. I got this while looking for Axew. This was a first try attempt on Route 42 as like a 5-horde. I think this shares with Mankey, so, you know, kind of glad I got this first try. And then I did get the Axew, and I've been dry ever since, so, you know, maybe something good's gonna happen, but honestly, I kind of doubt it. I don't think there's anything particularly new in this tab. This is pretty much where I keep my Tyranitar and my cool Dragonite. But I guess the Jirachi is new. I did the event to get the Jirachi. I don't know if I would ever do that again, but Jirachi's kind of cool to have, I guess. And I guess a new thing, like, I separated my Rerun team. I think I originally had it in one of these boxes. I don't remember which one, but I decided to put it in its own, like, box. Nothing really too notable here, I guess. I mean, the heat ran, but, like, my Rerun setup is, like, really convoluted and takes, like, 2 hours, so... I'm able to get, like, most of the gyms done in that time frame. I have, like, the North Pole Hydreigon sitting in here. I have this Gengar from 2013 sitting in here, and the Aerodactyl from 2012 sitting in here, so, you know, some cool stuff in here. But, yeah, my Rerun setup is, like, really convoluted, but, you know, considering it's, like, 700k a day or 600k a day, something like that, can't really complain too much. It's like optimized for what I like in particular. So yeah. So I'm skipping over the breeding box mostly because there's not really anything interesting in there. It's like a bunch of recent breeds, so like, But I did reorganize the old Mon boxes. So I got the 2012 and 2013 box here. All of the Pokemon from the 2012 section is over here now. All of the Pokemon from 2013 are over here now, and these are kind of just extras from both that I don't really want to do anything with. I think the new addition for the 2012s is this Sableye. I forget the exact amount I paid for this, but I feel like I remember it being really cheap. I think it might have been like 40, 50, I can't remember the amount. It was really cheap. But the new thing I've been doing is I've been buying up 2013 stuff. I don't remember the amount. I think like... So like this Lickitung is like one of the NPC trade Lickitungs. I think I paid like 15 for that. I think the Sneasel was 15. Both of these Giraffarigs I think were 30 each. I think this was 45, this was around the same price point, and then this was 70. So I'm, you know, picking up things that I think seem like they're either cheap or fairly priced in comparison to other things. Whether I'm making good investments here, I don't know. I don't know, I don't really keep up with the market much. And then the other half of the old Mon boxes, the 2014 and 2015 box. Same setup here. 2014's on the left, 2015's on the right. I don't think there's really anything too interesting in the 2014s. I guess I picked up this Salamence. I've been trying to get rid of it, but like, things don't really, you know, move a lot of the time. So again, just kind of sitting on it. I found this on an alt. I don't know if I brought this up before, but yeah, I found an Altering Cave Bagon. It has the Altering Cave tag, which is kind of fun. I don't know if it's particularly worth anything, but it's kind of cool that I just kind of randomly found this on an alt. But I think the real winner here is probably the Spoink. I forget the exact amount I paid for this. I think it was like 20k, something like that. But as far as I can remember, this was a Swarmmon, I think. So I'd imagine 20k for this was really, really cheap, especially since I kind of haven't seen other Spoinks or Grumpigs pop up. So it kind of is just, I don't know what to make of it at the moment. That's probably the most interesting thing on the 2014 side, but the 2015 side, I moved my Hoenn region running team over here, which includes this Miltank and a couple other things. I was able to locate a very old alt account, so I moved the stuff from that alt account to over here. And then all this stuff on the bottom is stuff that I have picked up over time. I don't think... I mean, most of the stuff I picked up really cheap, so, you know, it's like... Except I think this is just kind of sitting in here. This is from an alt as well, but most of this I just kind of picked up really cheap. Like... I think this Tropius was like, again, 20k, but again, I have nothing to reference with this. This Tyrogue, kind of cool. And I found this Chimecho. So, you know, some cool stuff here. I've mostly been buying this because it tends to show up really cheap, and I think the Hoenn stuff has potential to explode. We'll see. It kind of just depends, I guess. We'll see if anything happens with that. But considering Hoenn is 10 years old this year, maybe something will happen. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I mean, like, I've been buying up a bunch of, like, random cosmetics too. I don't know. Like, I've been buying up, like, the ghostly candles and the shovels, and I don't expect to make any money off those, honestly. Mostly because cosmetics don't really hold the same value they used to at this point. But who knows, maybe something weird will happen down the line. I'm not expecting it. But I am going to go. I'm still playing this whenever I can. Mostly trying to get the Riolu again. I don't expect it to happen, but maybe something cool will happen with that. I would prefer that something cool happen with that, but this game's RNG is just not really a huge fan of it personally, especially when something takes this long to get. There's a point where it stops being interesting and it gets annoying, and I think I've hit that point like a while ago. So I don't know. That's why I keep a general list of other shinies that I'm looking for, as opposed to just the one at this point, because, like, it just seems to make sense that way. But I'm gonna go. I don't know when the next update will be. I'm gonna guess, unless they decide to do, like, an event sometime within the next month. I don't expect it, but if they did do one, it'd be interesting. Because, like I said, Hoenn's 10-year anniversary was this year. It was back in January. But, I'm not expecting them to do, like, an anniversary event or anything. So, I guess the next update, assuming something like that doesn't happen, probably sometime in the event season. Okay. I'm gonna go do other things now.